Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Butcher 01, bringing you another video full of awesome proportions. In today's video, I will be going over some of the bits and bobs of good old Loadout. Edge of Reality is basically golden goose and child of their company. I know it sounded really cheesy and stupid, but hey, I don't have anything else better to say. I will say this though, this is probably one of the best free-to-play games I've ever played. And I'm not lying about that, this is probably one of the best games I've played on the PlayStation 4 that is free to play. Really good, well textured, and really looks amazing. And it looks, really reminiscent to the PC quality of, the Loadout version on PC. And I really like that. Of course, I'm not going to say PC is, bad or anything. That's going to be just stupid and kind of a death wish for me, because all PC players will be like, no, you don't know what it means to be a PC gamer. Let me get real right here about this game. And I'm not going to be talking bad about, any, the microtransactions or anything like any other stupid, person would talk about on YouTube. I will say the microtransactions in this game are pretty reasonable and almost reminiscent to another game I haven't played in quite some time called good old CSGO. Or in other words, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This game, I will say, is probably one of the better games I've played on the PS4, like I said, and I have played it on PC before, and if any, as I said, if any, PC fanboy goes out and simply says that I'm being stupid by talking about it, I'm not. This is just, my personal opinion and what I feel. Of course, right now I'm testing out, not flak damage, slug damage with my God's middle finger. And of course, it's pretty good in this game. I will say the payloads in this game are pretty cool and really creative, except for one, which is the one I'll be talking about in this game, called good old pyro damage. And of course, I'll be paying with this with bloots. So, yeah, I'm not going to be wasting my, space bucks. Because it does more damage than my electrical damage. And I got to rename it something creative. Let me call it, I don't know, I'll think about it later. Well, I want to talk about this damage thing. Now, as you can see, it says it boosts my damage up to 386. And of course, I'm not going to spend space bucks on it, but let me show you something. Then I equipped it, and as you can see, 386.23 damage. Wow, that must be amazing. Sadly, I am dead wrong. Okay, maybe I'm not so dead wrong. Anyways, as you can see, 67, 7, 4, all this damage I'm dishing out with this type of gun. Now, I feel like I'm now feel stupid because what I was going to actually talk about was something else, which is this gun right here. That has pyro damage attached to this freaking bad boy. Now, I will say yes, my gun looks like a dick. I am not kidding, my gun looks like a dick. I am not lying about it, it looks like a dick. But I don't care. Pretty funny. But as you can see down in the lower left hand corner, it says with my damage, DPS or whatever you want to call it, my entire damage with a pulse chassis and all the other crap I have is 447 damage. Which is a pretty big, more damage than my other gun is. And that's an assault shot, well, my assault shotgun that has bolt action. And it's all thanks to pyro damage. Huh, that's pretty cool. Not really. Let me explain to you and show you what I'm talking about. Now, I'm at close range with my wide mouth pulse rifle that has pyro damage. As you saw, it said 447 damage, which is a lot more than my other gun that actually has basically the same exact attachments, but just, slug damage. But remember, I tested it with pyro damage. A bunch of 10s just popped out. 10s, ladies and gentlemen. 10s! 10s, really? Is this what we're really going for now in this game? 10s. Okay, now it just sounds stupid because, obviously, I just showed fire damage on another gun. You're probably wondering, well, what if it's the chassis you're using? What's the big deal? It's a gun. It kills things. Yeah, but that's the biggest, letdown. The gun says its total damage output is 447. Even with the other gun, it didn't even do that entire base damage. With other guns, it does that base damage. Now, I'll even show you my rocket launcher. Of course, it's a rocket launcher. It's going to do something entirely different because it has a different type of chassis and it's an explosive weapon. See, 287 damage. That's pretty good because it has electrical damage. Now, if I'm going to hit somebody dead on with this thing, just pelt them with it, see, 289 damage. That's almost close to the base damage. See, why can't this, like, this stays close and true to actual base damage? I mean, if, you know, the freaking slug ammo attached to my other gun, it does pretty close to the base damage as well, but why with pyro damage, why doesn't it do the base damage? Of course, it's probably a design choice by the creators, so, you know, people won't be able to have to, you know, deal with all that bullcrap, but, you know, that's my biggest complaint about this game, almost. Why is pyro damage the most overused freaking, you know, attachment mod, well, payload, so disappointing in some way? Like, it's fire damage. In games, fire damage is probably the best thing you'll ever find in a game, because, you know, it's fire. It will burn things. It will put somebody in a hole somewhere. It will turn them to dust. It will not even, you know, hesitate to put somebody in the ground. Well, if this thing, which fires balls of fire, literally, why is it that it doesn't really do a whole lot for its base damage? Which I think is kind of a letdown in some cases. I mean, if it's fire damage, I mean, look at Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 1 and the pre-sequel, all the Borderlands in general. Fire damage in that game, it works. It burns. It will put somebody in a hole. It will kill them. It will make sure they will not get back up. It will knock them on their ass. But why is it with, you know, fire damage in this game, with a pulse rifle shotgun, why is it so unreminiscent to, you know, giving that base damage? And even you saw with the other gun, it doesn't work too well with it. Of course, you might think I sound like a hipster, but, you know, it's just my own personal opinion. I love this game. And I'm not going to ask, you know, Edge of Reality to buff it, or, you know, try to patch it or whatever to make it, you know, reminiscent to, you know, a real elemental. They don't need to do that. I mean, if you like fire damage, you just gotta find the proper mix, you know, to really maximize that combo. Me, I'm about damage output and making sure somebody goes down. Like, see, he has no legs, so BAM! He's dead. He's gone. Finito. He's gone. He's dead. Okay, that's all I gotta say. He's gone. But, you know, with fire damage, why is it that it's just so, you know, disappointing and underpowered? And why does it just change your entire properties of the gun? I mean, electric damage, freaking slug, and all the other damages stay true to, you know, the actual damage except for pyro. I mean, look, 368 damage was just dished out on somebody, and that's pretty close to, you know, the base damage of, you know, the gun. But, you know, by no means am I trying to sound like a hipster. I do love this game. It's just, you know, a common complaint. Why is fire damage so disappointing in some way? Tell me what you think in the comments below, and thank you for watching. Bread and Butcher, out.